Welcome. You've arrived here, not by accident, but by a quiet unfolding, something deeper guiding you even now. Maybe it was the stars that brought you. Or maybe it was your soul reaching for something softer than silence, something to hold on to in the dark. Tonight, we're not here to chase answers or fight the unknown. We're here to breathe, to let stillness speak. Tonight's whisper is this: you are not lost, you are being redirected. There are times when life feels like a maze without walls, where every choice seems blurry, and even your own reflection feels like a question you can't quite answer. You wake up and feel like you've drifted off course, as if the map has disappeared from your hands. It's easy to feel like something's wrong when you don't know what's next. But what if this uncertainty isn't failure? What if it's a pause filled with purpose? Think of the moon. It fades away, vanishes almost completely, only to return full again. Think of comets, who vanish for decades, then blaze across the sky in their own time. They are not lost. They are simply unseen for a while, preparing to return with brilliance. What if this fog you're in is sacred? What if this disorientation is actually space being cleared for something new? There's a kind of wisdom in these silent detours, a cosmic intelligence that redirects, even when we think we've gone astray. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply in a space between chapters. You are wandering towards something you cannot yet name, but it is already calling you forward. And the wandering, itself, is part of the arrival. You might be wondering, but why now? Why me? And the truth is, we don't always get to see the whole pattern while we're in the middle of it. Sometimes, the threads feel tangled. Sometimes, everything we thought we wanted slips through our fingers, and it feels like the universe has gone quiet on us. But silence is not absence. In fact, some of the most powerful transformations happen in that silence. Just as the earth softens in darkness before the bloom, you too are softening, breaking, gently unfolding into a new shape. Think about the moments when doors closed, jobs you didn't get, relationships that fell apart, plans that crumbled. At the time, it felt like everything was falling away. But slowly, didn't something else emerge in its place? Something better, or truer. You see, redirection often comes disguised as disappointment. But it's not punishment. It's a retuning. A recalibration of your inner compass. And the only way to feel it is to stop running, and begin listening. You are being guided towards something more aligned, more meaningful, more you. But guidance rarely screams. It whispers. It speaks in forgotten dreams, strange urges, and the ache you feel when you're doing something that no longer fits. It nudges you through boredom, or fatigue, or a sense that you're growing too big for the place you're in. That discomfort, that restlessness, it's not your enemy. It's a sacred signal. It's how the universe stirs your soul awake. And so, if you feel lost right now, pause. Don't force a solution. Don't rush to fill the space. Let it stretch. Let the emptiness echo. Because that echo carries a message. You are not lost. You are being led somewhere new. And the more you trust that, the lighter you become. Redirection isn't a detour, it's the true road revealing itself. You may not know where you're going. But that's okay. You don't need all the answers to take the next breath. There comes a moment, not loud, not dramatic, when something inside you quietly says, I can't keep holding on to this. It's not defeat. It's not giving up. It's a release. A gentle loosening of the grip on what no longer serves you. Maybe it's a version of yourself you've outgrown. An expectation you've been trying too hard to meet. A story you've told yourself about who you should be. But now, your soul is asking for something more honest. Something softer. Something true. This process isn't clean or easy. It can feel like grieving. Like floating in space without an anchor. You might question everything, your choices, your worth, your direction. You might feel like a stranger to yourself. But don't rush this part. This is where the old dissolves. This is the cocoon, the in-between, where the caterpillar ceases to be what it was, before becoming what it's meant to be. This is sacred ground. And in this silence, your identity begins to shift. You start to shed the layers that were never really yours. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Because so much of our identity is built on noise, productivity, performance, validation, certainty. But redirection strips all of that away. It invites you to meet yourself again, not as a label or a role, but as a presence. A soul. A being in process. And from that quiet place, something new stirs, fragile at first, but real. You start to sense what truly matters. What you deeply need. Who you're becoming. Let yourself feel everything. The grief, the confusion, the relief. Because every emotion is part of the clearing. Like a tide pulling out what no longer belongs, to make room for what's coming. You don't have to know what that is yet. You just have to be here, with yourself, fully. Whisper to yourself now, softly, it's okay to let go. I trust what's unfolding. Now that you've let go, something begins to settle in your chest. Not an answer. Not a map. But a quiet, steady knowing that you are not lost. You were never lost. You were being softened. Redirected. Prepared for something that required this version of you, the one who's been through uncertainty and chose stillness instead of panic, presence instead of control. Life doesn't always tell you where you're going. But it always brings you to who you need to become. And sometimes, that transformation can only happen when the path disappears beneath your feet, when you're forced to listen deeper, trust wider, breathe slower. What feels like delay is sometimes protection. What looks like silence may be the universe rearranging your stars. So here, in the dark, breathe. This isn't the end. It's the bend. And all that's meant for you is still finding its way. Trust the detour. Trust the quiet. Trust the feeling in your bones that says you are being guided. You don't need to understand everything to keep going. Just one step. One breath. One whispered reminder at a time. I am safe. I am seen. I am being led home. There's something sacred about the moment when you realize the old path has truly ended. At first, it feels like failure. Like something precious slipped through your hands. Like you missed your chance, or worse, that you were the reason it all unraveled. But over time, with quiet reflection and soft, patient breaths, you begin to see the truth. You were never meant to stay where you were. That version of you had completed its journey. That place, that plan, that person, they were chapters. Not the whole book. Sometimes, life moves us not because we're broken, but because we've outgrown our surroundings. The cocoon cracks not because it failed, but because you're finally ready to fly. And when the direction shifts, when the tide turns without asking your permission, it's not punishment. It's promotion. It's your soul whispering, there's more. There's deeper. There's something better aligned with who you're becoming. You may not see it yet, not the full picture. But the pieces are already forming in the background, quietly aligning in ways you'll only understand later. Every detour, every no, every door that didn't open was a gentle hand guiding you towards something softer, wiser, more you. So breathe, again. Let your shoulders drop. You're not running out of time. You're arriving, slowly, gently, into a life that fits. Not the one you were forcing. The one that fits. And when the silence wraps around you, like it does tonight, remember, you are not lost. You are being redirected and realigned to the life your soul has been waiting for.